Hi, my name is Kai Armstrong, and I'm the Senior Product Manager for the Create Code Review Group. And today I'm here to talk about the upcoming GitLab 15.2 release and what the Code Review Group will be working on. So let me share my screen. We'll walk through just a handful of things, and then we'll move on from there. We'll start back here on the planning issue. So here's the planning issue. I'll put a link down to this below. You can see everything that we've talked about and all the different things that were on the table and how planning works for our group. But let's jump into the first one. So the first one is we're getting really close to rolling out what we call the report widgets in merge request. And we've been doing a huge refactor across not only the code review group, but other groups, and making sure that all of those widgets look the same, behave the same, have the same sort of features and functionality, to make it just so much easier to consume that information and then to interact with that information. So all that work's been ongoing, and we're going to turn on some feature flags during 15.2 to start rolling that out. And you can see that here. This is in a demo where this has already been turned on. So these first two widgets are the two new widgets. So these have the new design where everything is sort of gives you a status icon, information here. Everything's behind a dropdown like this. And then you can see sort of these are two what we would term older widgets now. And so this will be really great in helping to align all of these widgets to look the same. We also in 15.1 rolled out the new merge widget, which is this one. And so it's just a huge improvement overall in terms of all of these widgets and making sure all the information looks good, is clear on what it's trying to tell you, and that you can work through that quickly. The next one is mergeability. We've talked about this a lot, and the team has been working a lot on the back end and making sure that we change the way we calculate mergeability. You can see there's a ton of issues in here that have been going on in this effort, and there's still a lot more to do. But as the back end gets ready and has this new path to consume, we're going to start working on the front end. And so we've got an issue here, and this is part of that mergeability effort. But here's the next steps: is where the front end and back end will start collaborating and figuring out how do we consume this information, start exposing all of these new details and information that we can provide in the user experience of going to merge, and telling you sort of exactly where you are in the process, what needs to happen, what we're waiting on, why there might be an error or not. And so I'm really excited to continue pushing this along. This is just trying to make that merge button that much better for you as you work through there. The last one is another investigation that we've gotten. So we get a lot of feedback about the merge request UI, and things aren't quite real time or as responsive as we'd like to be. And so we're going to start the process of looking at what it's going to take to start moving components into our new real-time framework that we have. And we're going to start with reviewers. Assignees is also in progress. There's a different group working on that, and they're doing that in issues and merge requests. So we're going to start looking at reviewers as sort of the next piece, and really see sort of what the level of effort is and how long it's going to take us to migrate various pieces. And we'll figure out what comes next after reviewers. But this is a first step in sort of getting a handle on this. And so that's it for things in the GitLab project. The last thing I want to talk about is in our VS Code extension, GitLab Workflow. I will link to that as well down below. But if this is for integrating an existing YAML extension to provide the GitLab CI YAML auto-completion. And so if you're familiar in our web IDE, we have a feature where if you're typing the keywords for a GitLab CI file, we can auto-complete and help you do that and tell you sort of what values those different keywords take and things like that. And so we're going to bring that functionality into the VS Code extension. So if you're working on a GitLab CI YAML file in VS Code and you've got our extension installed, we'll give you those helpers there too. So that's it for 15.2. I'm really excited about all the sort of work we're doing to move usability and performance and real-time things forward for users in the merge request. And then the VS Code extension is always exciting. So take a look at all the links below. And if you've had any questions, let us know. Thanks.